Hello, my name is Beth Renee Ropenack, and today I'm going to talk about how we can build resilience and find balance so that we can face challenges with grace. The most important factor in building resilience of the ones listed here is quiet time, which allows us to restore and replenish so that we can face the world with equanimity. The problem, of course, is that stress and trauma activate our alarm centers, such as our sympathetic nervous system, parts of our limbic system, and of course that sends all of these stress hormones through our system, causing sleeplessness, irritability, and clouded thinking. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way to activate a calming nervous system? Well, in fact, there is. Slow, deep breathing works because our lungs can activate our parasympathetic nervous system and our vagus nerve, which are the calming parts of our nervous system. Sustained, slow, deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth can help downregulate our nervous system. So to calm your nervous system, it helps to have a longer exhalation than inhalation. So perhaps breathing in for 4 and out for 8. And the speed is up to you as long as it's comfortable. You don't want to add more strain on your system. Breathing in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, and then holding that for 4 can be really helpful when you're feeling a little bit panicky. There's a lot of research that supports that help. Guided meditations for sitting, walking, or laying down also are very helpful, as is any kind of focused creative expression, as long as you find it relaxing. Other people find that prayer or being in nature really helps calm their nervous system and bring them to a state of equanimity. Mindfulness and mindfulness meditation are one of the most effective tools we can have for building resilience because it helps us bring mindfulness into our everyday lives. A mindfulness meditation practice is just watching or noticing our breath or some other anchor and focusing on that anchor, letting go of distractions. But of course, our mind wanders, and so when we notice, we just gently return to that anchor and we begin again. And this very process itself builds resilience by repeating it again and again for our meditation practice. It also helps because we then can bring that watchfulness into our everyday lives, and as we meditate more and more, we'll find that we can call on that quietness in difficult times. I want to talk about the importance of commitment because it helps us develop a relationship with ourselves. And I'm talking about, maybe a 1-minute commitment, because we need to build some trust and reliance with ourselves that we will engage in some self-care that's important for building resilience. We've all had that friend who, doesn't show up to lunch or doesn't show up when they said that they would help. And we don't want to be that friend to ourselves, and yet we've done it. We've made a commitment to work out or to do something, and yet a friend calls and we abandon ourselves, right? So the importance of a commitment and some small commitment is one that we can reestablish that trust with ourselves to do what we said we would do. I started with 1 minute and, that built with time, but there are still some days where it's just 1 minute because I feel particularly rushed. Although they say, 15 to 20 minutes of meditation is good unless you're really busy, in which case you should do an hour. But I found that 1 minute really helped me have a continuous practice. Some other coping strategies are leaning in and leaning out. So sometimes we want to bring more awareness to the stress so that we can resolve it through a variety of means. But other times we just need to run away. And so these avoidance strategies can be very helpful as long as they don't create more stress in our lives from overdoing them. Sometimes in the midst of great stress or even a panicky kind of feeling, Tara Brach recommends this RAIN process where we stop and recognize what is happening. And sometimes that can be helpful to notice stress in our body. Maybe our throat is tight or our stomach or our arms or something like that. And then trying to just allow that experience to be there, just like watching a storm come in and go through. right? Except that it's going through us. And so having that breathing practice can help allow that experience to be. And during that, we can try to investigate it with interest and care to try to understand it better. And we can also end with nurturing ourselves with self-compassion about the challenges and the difficulties. So these are just a few of the methods that you might use, and obviously a very brief introduction. You can find at some of these apps. Here are my favorite. The Insight Timer is more than just a timer, although the timer is great because it has some soft reminder sounds that you can set in there to help bring you back to that meditation process. But it has over 50,000 free meditations. You can also purchase a membership and get more classes and so on. Headspace is a great introduction to meditation. It's free for the first 30 days, and then you can pay a fee. Calm is another app. A book that was very important to me because it explained the research about how mindfulness really helps increase your well-being was helpful. And it's an 8-week plan, and it starts out slowly, so you don't have to make some big, half hour or something commitment when you're feeling really busy. And these are the websites that I reference here in my presentation, and some teachers that I have found very helpful. Thank you so much for your time. And if you have any questions or comments, you can reach me here. Take care and take a minute.